Nayi Pahal, and about which already Rajbhavan Secretary Shri Ravji and Shri had given a detailed account about it. I can say proudly that in India, if we consider the other states and union territories are concerned, so this scheme Nayi Pahal, it will now it become a historical thing because all the Rajbhavans are inquiring about this scheme, and the Union of India also, its Rashtrapati, Uparashtrapati and Prime Minister also aware of this scheme. This scheme is a permanent investment for the Goan society, and according to my wish, we will be able to publish these types of books in all the 22 languages mentioned in our Constitution chart. These 22 languages are concerned. Of course, we are giving importance to our state languages, 2 languages. In addition to that, Sanskrit, Hindi, and other languages also we are intending to include in the scheme. Already we have declared that aspect. One thing is that our government press is extending their full support to this scheme, and that is why last time 5 books were released and today 7 books, and within short time I think 3rd stage of the scheme also will definitely, it will be fruitful within short time. Writing is a siddhi given by God. Through your hard work, you can become a government official, or you can become an IAS officer, IPS officer, or a governor, whatever it may be. But writing, the capacity to write, is inherent in a human being. Of course, circumstances will nourish it, and through that process, books are writing, and for generations, future generations, it will be a gift to them. Today, 7 persons are present to participate in this program. My memories are going back to Kerala about 20 years back. When I was a lawyer, of course, income from the profession also was substantial income was there. Then in Kerala, we started under the name of a registered organization, Vigil Human Rights, Sarga Vasanda, a scheme through which we started a scheme like this. Those patients were written books in Malayalam, and they are not able to publish it. Then we opted and helped them to financial help and other things. I'm not going to the details. And through that process, about 127 writers, they were put to the limelight of the society, and now many of them are good writers in Kerala. Of course, at that time, nobody was there, no government, no Rajbhavan or anybody any system was there to help us. But as a lawyer, my income, first when we started, that my income I spent for that, and again in 2 times the scheme was there, and some Gulf business people who sponsored it in the name of their family or in the name of their father, one person in his father's name. I'm remembering so many incidents related to that. When the second time we published Malayalam book, then an agricultural labor whose book who was working in the paddy field, and his book was considered by the best collection of short stories. And still I am remembering that. And M.D. Vasudevan Nair, who is everybody knows about him. While M.D. Vasudevan Nair was giving that book to him, his book, he was beside M.D. Vasudevan Nair. That agricultural labor was crying aloud because of his happiness. These types of so many incidents are there. So the question is whether our society is able to search and find out them, put them in the proper place. Of course, Lata Mangeshkar, we can proudly say she is from this state. But so many Lata Mangeshkars were in our society or still are in our society. The question is whether society can find out them, promote them, and present them to the society. So many, in Kerala, our Mohanlal, Mammootty and other film stars are there. Mohanlal visited this Rajbhavan also last year. But how many Mohanlals and how many Mammootties are still in our society as we are not giving any importance to them? The important thing is find out them, search and find out them. Writers are concerned also the same thing. That is why that scheme was introduced about 10 years back in Kerala, and 3 continuous years we had occasion to successfully implement that aspect. But after that, over the last 4 years, as a governor, I was appointed as a governor, and in Mizoram and Goa, that aspect, that Vigil Human Rights, that registered organization, of course, fault on their part, they are not continuing with that process. I told our Valsaraj also was very actively participated in such endeavor, and I asked him to continue it in Kerala. Here Rajbhavan is concerned. This is the only Rajbhavan in India, or our state governments and union territories are concerned. This type of effort, so far no governments or Rajbhavans take initiative for these types of things. So I can probably say that now 7 books we are releasing. Suppose an ordinary person, God blessed them with a poem or a musical or a writing or such a talents are there. To eliciting that aspect, if they are approaching with a book, an unknown person, written a book on anthology of poems or whatever it may be, then approaching a publisher. If Sreedharan Pillai, as the governor, I am writing a book, that publishers may be interested because of my governorship. But an ordinary person, because on 7th, one of the Goan publishers, they have decided to release my collection of stories in English. And because governor is yes, proudly we can do that. But an ordinary person writing a book, and if the publisher is going to publish it, how much amount you will have to spend for that? And if you are going to a library, to a bookstall, and if you want to purchase a good novel, a new person's book, can anybody prefer? I had occasion to recently visit Kerala in connection with the publication and other things. Then I asked the leading publishers of Kerala, this question I put it to them. The novel is concerned, your customers are coming and asking for the novel written by whom mainly. That aspect I put it to them. And they told that even Aikyam Muhammad Bashir's book is no more. M.D. Vasirna's book, T. Padmanabhan's book. So that the selling is concerned, still the market is with that. We can't blame the publisher because their space is providing for exhibiting such books. A new writer, I'm not finding fault with any publisher or any bookseller. Reality is that it is very difficult. Or I don't know what actually is the position in Goa. I'm not going to that aspect. In Kerala, if you want to publish a new writer, his first book he wants to publish, then approaching a publisher, at least 50,000 to 1 lakh rupees you will have to spend for that purpose. I rightly point out that in agricultural labor, his case already I placed before you. So that is why this Nayi Pahal program, 5 first, 7 now, I am sure that, of course, Rajbhavan's fund is very limited. Secretary and former secretary, additional secretary also present, they know better than anybody else. There also money is not a problem to me or the governor, because shipyard, even Mangalore shipyard and port trust offered, if you want money for these types of things, they are prepared to. Cochin shipyard also, its chairman is closely known to me. I asked him, even though they are going to publish books in 22 languages and helping nowadays in the field, and he also stated that we will try our level best to help us. So money is not a problem. Only thing, rightly Mirvardhan he stated here, you give this message to the new writers, and Rajbhavan is prepared to help them. And our second edition of this Nayi Pahal is a reality now. I'm very happy. I'm praying God for helping us, and I'm not mentioning Swamiji and others are there, and my Shraddha Tharad also is there. Your second book is now, the book is prepared. So she's now some sort of disability for her. Even then she appeared here, and she's very much interested in participating programs like this. I'm remembering she got the best for her poetry national award, and that declared, I don't know, our literary figures in Goa were not properly considered her. As a governor, I don't want to blame anybody. Now she's recovering, and the medical setup also is concerned. And my doctor is also sitting there. The tumbled hair, he contacted all the doctors in the medical college. We have given instruction to go and meet her, got my information. She was totally disabled and laid up at that time. Only after the interference of our Rajpur, then our then given some instruction on behalf of the governor, and then doctors interfered and they went to her house, and now a rebirth for her, and she is present here. And I am congratulating her because the first time when she was disabled due to her, I am not mentioning that, this is the reproduction also, I am not enough. So anyway, at that time, she was writing her poetry for which the national level recognition, first prize was given to her. She was not in a position to sit, stand or writing. Writing for that purpose, by using a pen, she can't give shape to her ideas. Then mobile phone, each and every alphabet she put it her finger. Then that poem was made, and it was considered by the national level, our literary organization and Union of India as the best poet in, first you are poet, you are poet in India. I'm sorry to say that our Goan brothers and sisters, they are busily engaged in their activities. They didn't consider her. When I visited her house, even the Panchayat president or Panchayat member or any people's representative or literary figures visited her. Anyway, God helped her now. Her health is somewhat better. I am praying the Almighty to bless her, and she will be able to write more and more, and her book is only confined to one language.
My next book is translated in Malayalam and English.
Malayalam? Because of me. Anyway, she is first book in our Goa's state language. She says that, and I am concluding my presidential address, and I am expecting more and more newcomers to this field. Thank you very much. Jai Hind.